Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Tiny Epic Galaxies. Tiny Epic Galaxies is a 1 to 5 player game designed by Scott Almes and published by Gamelin Games. In this game, you're trying to be the most powerful empire of all the galaxies. You're going to be racing to colonize planets, gain resources, improve your empire, and the person with the most points at the end of the game wins. Let's go ahead down to the table here. I'm going to give you a general overview of how the game plays, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. All right, so this is Tiny Epic Galaxies. In Tiny Epic Galaxies, you're racing to get 21 points. And 21 points doesn't necessarily mean you will win the game, but it'll mean that you will end the game, and the person with the most points will win. Throughout this game, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be collecting points by capturing these planets, by leveling up your civilization, and by completing your secret objective. Everyone's going to have a secret objective. These don't count towards your 21 points to ending the game, but you're going to take a look at this and you're going to try to meet this so that you can potentially be a little over 21 points at the end. So this one here is you're going to gain 3 points if you have the most of these culture type of planets. So that's going to be something that I'm going to try to go towards in the game. Now, how do you play the game? Well, everyone's going to get one of these little player boards, and they are going to get 2 ships, and they'll have 2 different ships that they can unlock throughout the game, and they're going to put their little marker here on their civilization on the lowest level. You'll also get 1 culture and 2 energy. Now, each player is going to take a look at their mat, and they're going to see how many dice they're going to roll, and everyone starts out with 4 dice. So you're going to roll your 4 dice, and you can get more throughout the game. And you are going to use these symbols to do different things on your turn. Now, at any time, you can re-roll those dice. The first re-roll is free, and you can roll any number that you want to. And you could play 1 energy to keep re-rolling each time if you wanted to beyond the first free roll. What you're going to do is I'm going to take these dice and I'm going to dock them on the activation bay when I want to take them. And there's several different dice. I'm going to just cheat a little bit. I'm just going to say, like, this one was the picture of the, it was in focus here. This one was the picture of the little ship. And if I dock this die here, then that means I can move a ship. Now, you can move a ship onto any one of these planets or back to your home base, but you can't move a ship from one location on a planet to maybe like trying to colonize it. So you can't do that, but you can move your ship to anywhere you want. And there's 2 different things you can do on a planet. One is you can place your ship on the planet itself, and then you get the what it says down below. The other thing is you can place your ship here, and you can try to capture this planet. So once you've made your decision, every other player who has culture, now I have 1 culture, I can't follow myself, but every other player can follow it, pay a culture, and do the same action. So every time you dock a die, you have to give a second after you complete your action to see if other people want to do the same action. Other things that you can do is you can gain resources. So if I would take this energy symbol here and dock it, then I could get energy for every planet and my home galaxy that I'm on. So this ship's here, so I get 1 energy. This ship's here, so I get 1 energy. So everywhere my ships are, I will get that much energy, and I'll just move my thing up that. Now notice that in this game, your resources are both limited to 7. If you get more than 7, you just lose the resources. So try to manage them wisely throughout the game. So that's energy. The other thing is you can gain more culture if you dock this one. So if I had any on these planets, whether it was on the planet or orbiting the planet, I would get a culture. And 2 more dice faces that we want to look at here, or well, there's 3 more, but we're going to look at these 2 here, is you can use diplomacy to colonize planets. So any planet with this blue diplomacy symbol, if I have a ship orbiting it, I can move it one closer. And you can use economy on these ones to move your ship closer. Once your ship actually gets to the end here, you get to take the planet, you take all the ships that are on it and put them back to their home galaxies, and you will dock this planet on here. And that gets to the last die face that you can use, and the last die face that you can use here is going to refer to your home planet. Now, I used a lot more than I'm allowed to. You're only allowed 4 dice to start because it's on here, but I can upgrade to use more dice. And to do that, I'm going to take a look at the energy level right above. It's energy or culture, doesn't really matter, above where my marker is. And I have to spend either energy or culture, but I can't spend either or. So I could spend 2 energy or 2 culture to move this up. And once I do so, I will still have 2 ships, but I will be now rolling 5 dice instead, which is really cool. If I move up 1 more, I will gain another ship, which will go in my home galaxy, and I will still be rolling 5 dice. But one thing I didn't mention right here, now I'm going to be getting 2 points. So every time you gain points in this game, you're going to have to announce how many points that you have so that all the other players know. Because again, when you get to 21 points, the game will end. So everyone needs to know how close everyone else is getting to ending the game. Maybe they want to do a couple different things to get their secret objective. Maybe they want to try to race to colonize some of these planets to get their points in. One last thing I did want to point out is you can use this converter. Now, the converter action can't be followed. And that's where you put 2 dice here, and I can change the face of any dice that I want, any one dice I want, to any side that I want. They could follow that die once I dock it, this one, like after I've converted it, but they can't follow the convert action. So that's the other thing that you have on there. That does waste a lot of dice, but technically there might be a reason you don't want to use the dice. Some of them might be that you might actually help someone finish colonizing a planet, and that's not something you want to do, so you want to dump those dice on there to get rid of them. But you can also simply not use dice on your turn. You could just say, my turn's over. You don't have to activate all of your dice. So in a real quick nutshell, that is going to be how you play Tiny Epic Galaxies. Again, once the score of 21 has been hit, every other player will take a turn if they still had a turn in that round. Once that's done, everyone will total up their points and total up their secret objectives, and the person with the most points wins. There's a lot of different secret objectives, so the secret objectives are, because of quantity here, pretty secret, so you don't know what anyone has, or there's a lot of different options for the secret objectives, which I like. But let's go ahead back up to the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on Tiny Epic Galaxies. All right, Tiny Epic Galaxies is one of the best Tiny Epic game line games. It is amazing. Component quality is great. It's another one of those Tiny Epic games where everything fits in this small box here, so it's nice and portable. I really like the racing to get the different colonize the different planets and balancing that between gaining resources and leveling up your empire to be able to get more ships, to be able to roll more dice. I like the strategy of sometimes you want to keep a lot of culture so that you can follow on other people's turn and take advantage of what they're doing to get you in the best position before it gets to your turn. And in the end, it is a race. It's a race to 21 points. The first person there does trigger the end of the game. And if you can do it fast enough, you can have enough gap that technically the secret objectives, you might nullify them. So that is a big pushing factor to getting those points early. You could try to balance that out a little bit and try to get close while the other player is getting to 21 points, but also meet that secret objective because they went too fast and they didn't get their secret objective. You could edge yourself ahead. So there's a lot of different strategies you can employ in this game. All the little planets are cool. They're little abilities that you get. I did not mention on the video though, where I did a quick overview. One of the rules that I did forget is when you do stuff on your home galaxy mat, you can also fire off your civilization's ability or any of the planets that you colonized. Once you colonize a planet, you're going to slip that planet underneath your galaxy mat there, or your empire mat, except for the bonus that you would have got if you just landed on the planet instead of try to colonize it. You can at that point pick to do that, get that ability. So that is really, really cool. I did forget that part. That is a really good integral part, and one of the big reasons why you're going to be collecting these planets is not only for points, but the different options that you get throughout the game. Some of the planets give really cool abilities, so you might just go for that planet just for the ability that you get to use until the end of the game. So that is important. All right, so if you're looking for an easy to teach game that is fun, fast, and has a high amount of replayability to it, and you like the space theme on here, I highly recommend checking out and playing and picking up Tiny Epic Galaxies. Thank you for watching.